stopping, homie, regardless. But I ain't stopping, no, I ain't stopping. I'm just getting started. Let's go. My skin is pale, but I'm a black sheep. Riding through the city, Satan in the backseat. Hey yo, that's me, I run it like a track meet. A rap fiend, I set the bar high like an athlete. Step in the booth and Zach gon' drop that 808. Cause the vibe is dope and the beat is cracking, now it's getting laced. I'm sharp as a razor blade, I can blow your mind like JFK. I do what I want, you ain't gonna be.
Everybody, I'm Danny D-Lo, and this is Danny D-Lo Biker TV. In this episode, I want to talk about life on the streets a little bit. I want to talk about how to tell the real from the fake. You know, we see so many people that glorify the life on the streets as far as gang banging, being a gangster, shootouts, drug dealing, and all that stuff, right? They glorify this lifestyle to a point where, you know, a lot of young bucks follow too. You know, they think it's cool. But you can always spot the fake because they glorify it. You can see in somebody's face, their eyes, their demeanor, all of that. Like you could tell who's real and who ain't. I saw a comment on TikTok, and it was on this creator that I watch, and you could tell he's lived a certain type of life, you know what I mean? And somebody had commented on it, and it stood out to me because I do watch this creator all the time. I like his content, I like the stuff that he speaks about. And somebody commented and said, I really wish you would forgive yourself. And I gotta tell y'all, man, it stood out to me because I fight with that every day. I truly do. And those that have lived this kind of a life, as far as gang banging, drug dealing, being on the streets, doing street stuff, you know, you get yourself involved in a lot of criminal activity, a lot of situations that most people don't ever make it out of. So those of us that made it out of that, and we've moved on in life and we grew up, we got the blessing of growing up and getting older, we have a hard time forgiving ourselves for certain actions we've taken in life. And I'm not going to get into what those actions are, but I'm sure you guys can use your imaginations. And it's really hard for us to forgive ourselves for what we did. And this is what I've noticed. You can always tell who really has lived that life because they're usually people that have huge hearts and a lot of compassion for life. And we see the beauty in things that people don't normally pay attention to. Like for me, for instance, you know, being in prison and going through all the trials and tribulations of life that I created. And yes, I said that I created. I see beauty in things that normal people don't pay attention to. Like, you know, you can look at a tree in your backyard or at a park or wherever, right? And you'll look at that tree and be like, well, whatever, it's just a tree. Me, I'll look at that tree and I'll see beauty. I'll see life. I'll see the beautiful leaves, the water that may drip off of them, the branches, the way they branch out in different ways, the way the tree grows. You know, I notice the beautiful grass beneath it. I notice everything, you know. I see stuff that is so amazing and beautiful to me that normal people just drive right past. You know, it's just something that comes with with spending time in the joint and spending time in a life that you hated, but you fell victim to it because you chose that life, you know. So those that have lived a certain type of life, a life of violence, normally as we grow older, you know, we were blessed with the opportunity to make it out of all of that and to start living our lives. You know, we kind of try to pay our penance by doing good deeds and helping others and being there for people and being protectors of our community, of those who we love, friends, family, significant others, whatever. You know, it's just who we are, man. And it don't mean that we can't be violent again. Like, believe me, you know, it can happen in a snap of a finger, you know. Just like that, boom, I'm back to that mentality, you know. And I'm ready to get down and get violent if I need to be. But it's not something I want, you know. I remember a movie kind of stood out to me, and I forget the name of the movie. I don't even remember what it was about, but I remember there was one scene in the movie. It was a gangster movie, like an old mafia movie. And I remember that this mafia guy said he didn't like watching violent movies because he lives a life of violence. Why would I want to watch it? And that always made sense to me because I've always been the same way for a lot of years now, you know. When I watch violent movies, I'm just like, I pick them apart. You know, I look at violent movies and I'm like, that's BS. There ain't that many bullets in that gun, for one. And if you aimed it that way, you wouldn't hit the dude. And you wouldn't be doing this, you wouldn't be doing that. Like, you know, I pick it apart. Like, well, it wouldn't even go down like that, man. I've been in that situation. It wouldn't even happen like that. Like, you know, I could pick those movies apart, but I don't really like watching those type of movies. You know, believe it or not, I watch romantic comedy, a lot of comedy. Mainly everything I watch is comedy. I like to laugh. You know, and romantic comedies, you know, little chick flicks every now and then too, you know, cartoon movies, stuff like that. You know, I don't really like watching the violent movies because I've lived a life of violence. Why do I want to watch that shit? You know what I mean? Like, it's just, you know, I watch prison movies, and sometimes when I watch them, you know, like there's one movie called Shot Caller. I'm sure a lot of you have watched it on Netflix. Shot Caller is probably one of the most realist movies as far as in prison terms that I've ever saw, because I know guys personally, I've met people personally that came in the joint and they weren't affiliated, they weren't about nothing, but they had to get into a car, so they got in their car. Then they, you know, they got put in a position where they had to put in work, and they put in work, they did what they had to do, and then they caught a life sentence while they were in there, you know, little by little. You know, you catch a body here, you catch a body there, you know, you end up, you know, stabbing somebody there, beating somebody here. Next thing you know, you came in there with, you know, I know one guy, one homie of mine, which, I try to write him every now and then when I can. He went in 1998. He went in, and all he did was he went in for stealing a car. Like, that's it, Grand Theft Auto. That was all he went in for. He only had like 6 months to do, and he went in there, and you know, his car asked him to do something. He had to do it, because if you don't, then they're gonna do that to you, you know. So he ended up catching the case. He caught a body in there, so they gave him like 13 years for that body, that, you know, for killing somebody. And in the middle of that 13 years, you know, he became higher up because, you know, he did what he had to do for his car and, you know, for his gang, you know, his affiliation, whatever, his organization. And yeah, he's doing the rest of his life in the joint now. You know, he's caught 3 or 4 bodies already. He's got more than life, like 300 years or something like that. And it's like, damn, man, he only has 6 months to do, man. But he did what he thought he had to do, and now he's spending the rest of his life in the joint for it. It's crazy like that, And so back to, my original thought, though. It's just, when you've lived this kind of a lifestyle as far as being on the streets, everything involved in the street, man, drug dealing, gang banging, all that crazy stuff, when you've been involved in all of that, man, the last thing you want to do is be around it ever again, because you made it out. There's nothing wrong with talking about it. A lot of people misconstrue my videos, especially on TikTok, because there's a ton of haters on TikTok. And people think that I'm glorifying it, and it's like, yo, man, I'm not glorifying it. I'm trying to talk to people about it. First of all, there's many of you that relate to me, because I'm not the only one that's lived this life. Many of us have, and the second part of it is hopefully seeing that I regret all the horrible decisions I made in life, all the horrific things that I've been involved in and done. Hopefully, me regretting all of that will make young bucks think about it. Like, damn, this OG's speaking facts. So hopefully to keep people off that, if I can help one person, I'm happy. Out of 5,300 of you that are my subscribers, if I can help one of you, or make one of you feel comfortable with your life because you feel like you're not alone, you're not the only one no more, then that's all that matters to me. If I can help just one person, I want to help everybody, but if I can help just one person, I'm content, I'm happy, But, like I was saying earlier in this video, you could always spot a fake, man. Always. You get these young cats, they do try to glorify it. They talk about it like it's cool. They're all rah-rah, and those of us that have been in it, man, we just kind of look at them, man, and we're just like, shut up, man. Kid, shut your mouth, sit down, and stop it. You wouldn't survive one day in the streets of Chicago, New York, Jersey, Florida even. I mean, all Cali, all over the West Coast. Like, you wouldn't survive one day in one of those bad neighborhoods, man. So we can smell it on you. We smell it. We smell that weakness, and all that rah tough guy stuff. That's that BS, man. Like that old saying goes, the loudest one in the room is usually not about shit. It's facts. It's true. Those of us that have been around, we stay quiet, we lurk in the corner, mind our business. So I guess the moral of this video is, if you come across somebody and you find yourself going, man, why is that guy so nice? And, why is he so forgiving? Why is he always trying to help people? Why is he always trying to do good things, good deeds, You never know, man. That guy might be just trying to pay his penance in life, man. Now, when you get to a certain age, man, now we just want to get to heaven, If there is one, if there's an afterlife, if there really truly is, we just want to see it and get there. And that's why we try to be good, because we're trying to pay for and make up for all the bad things we did in life, So that's today's episode. I appreciate y'all watching. To my new subscribers, much love and respect as always. Thank you for coming. I hope you enjoying my content so far. As always, my day ones, I got nothing but love and respect for you. I appreciate you guys sharing my content, commenting, liking my videos. It helps the algorithm. Make sure you subscribe, hit that alert button. Hopefully soon I'm gonna start going live. I'm gonna do a test live sometime this week. It's just gonna be a quick test to make sure that I can see my comments, because those of you that don't know, I can't see my comments when I'm on the live shows because I'm on a phone. I don't use, I use my computer for stuff, but I don't use it for my editing and for my videos because it's way easier on the phone, and it's better actually. So that's why I don't get to comment back to you guys. I don't call your comments out. I don't shout them out. It's not because I think I'm too cool. I literally can't see them, So I'm gonna do a quick live this week and see if I can see the comments going down on my phone. If I can, I'm gonna start doing some lives for y'all and do some Q&As and talk with y'all and hang out and do our thing, man, and have some fun and talk a little shit, So until the next episode, ride safe, be safe, protect yourself at all times, keep your heads on the swivel for all the nonsense that be going on in the world, and keep it real, and as always, keep it 100. I'll holler at y'all on the next episode, man. Peace.